Okay, Wiley, come on.
2 visits in 1 day. You're getting to be a regular around here.
Yeah, they almost didn't let me see you. I had to tell them we were related.
First cousins, maybe?
Gavin, I had to see you. Listen, remember when you were telling me how you and Jody were looking for that watch in the Whitney house?
Oh, what about it?
Well, you said it might help you, that it might have even kept you out of jail.
I doubt they would have done that, but it probably would have made my sentence lighter. You see, it would have proven that Sky Whitney was just as responsible for Gunther's death as I was.
If you could have found it.
Oh, we did find it. That wasn't the problem. The problem was it was the wrong watch. It played the wrong tune.
Yeah, I know. Old Lang Syne.
Right.
Listen, Gavin, Sky Whitney and his wife came into Sid's Tavern for lunch today. I served them.
Lucky you.
His wife left him alone at the table. I don't know. She went to make a phone call.
All right, I'm sick of talking to you.
All right, take it.
I hope you're
All right, come on, Bobby. Tell me what's on your mind.
Well, when he was alone at the table, I brought him the check. Gavin, he was looking at his watch.
His pocket watch?
Yes. The point is, I heard it play a tune. Not for very long, but I heard it very clearly.
Well, what about it?
Gavin, I'd never heard that tune before. I don't even know what it was. But I do know one thing. It definitely wasn't Old Lang Syne.
The Edge of Night is brought to you by mountain-grown Folgers, mountain-grown coffee, the richest kind. And by new Formula Era, a new combination of powerful cleaners concentrated into 1/4 cup.
When we set out to improve a great laundry detergent, we wanted to keep the powerful cleaners that work on ordinary dirts, that cut through food stains, that get out grease and oil, and add powerful cleaners that clean collar soil even better than before. So that's what we did, all in the concentrated 1/4 cup called New Formula Era. So effective, it cleans clean through. Watch Era clean through collar soil, taco grease, and motor oil. We treat only the top with a teaspoon of Era, rub, run under warm water, and look. New Era cleans clean through. That's the kind of power you get in Era's little 1/4 cup. New Era, power that cleans clean through.
What'd you use in the automatic drip coffee maker?
Folgers flaked coffee.
Delicious.
What are you using the automatic coffee maker?
Folgers flaked coffee.
Tastes great.
Mrs. Olson, what you used in the... Oh, Folgers flake coffee.
Oh, nothing's better than these coffee makers.
Why's that?
Folgers is mountain grown, the richest kind of coffee.
And it's flaked?
Flaked to release more rich flavor, so you use less. If you normally use 5 measures, you only need 4 of Folgers flaked coffee.
Delicious.
Folgers is a coffee recommended by Procter Silex for its automatic coffee makers. Mountain-grown Folgers. That's how good coffee makers make great coffee.
So there you are. I thought I was going to have to send out a search party.
Whatever for?
Find out if it were really true that you fired that poor child by telephone.
I've been out shopping. I wanted to return that beige dress, and I got this one instead. Do you like it?
Now, Raven, don't try to avoid the issue. I want to know what happened here. I realize I'm just a guest, but still, I have a right.
I think this color is much better, don't you think?
Raven, will you
All right,
please?
all right. We'll talk about it at dinner. Speaking of dinner, Skylar is in Springfield, and he won't be back till tomorrow, so it'll be just the 2 of us.
And who is going to prepare this dinner, since Chrissy left this house more than 4 hours ago? What on earth did you do?
I got rid of her. What is wrong with that? I am the mistress of this house, aren't I?
Well, I'm certainly not questioning your right to discharge the girl, but I'm curious as to the reason why. It seems so unexpected.
Well, what I didn't expect was our little convent girl to turn out to be a tramp.
Oh, now, Raven, I don't
It's
believe...
true. Have you seen her all week? She's been twitching around here in that new little uniform of hers.
I suppose I was aware of the uniform, yes.
Well, Chrissy certainly made Skylar aware of it, as well as Spencer and the postman and the gardener and anyone else who walked in here in pants.
Now, Raven, I do think that's terribly unfair. If you objected to her attire, then you should have said something about it.
I did. 2 little words. You're fired.
And then to call her from a restaurant so casually, as if you were exchanging a dress.
Geraldine, I don't need a little flirt running around this house. What I need is a good, strong girl who wears sensible shoes and can take an order, and besides, Chrissy couldn't cook anyway. What do you want for dinner?
Well, I don't think you should bother. We can send for something.
Oh, no. I have a wonderful idea.
No, I don't feel like going out, Raven.
No, that's not what I meant. I'm going to cook.
You?
Yes, why not? It can't be that difficult.
Oh, Raven, you don't even know where the kitchen is.
I do so. And you just wait. You're going to be in for a big surprise.
Sid, I am just so excited about it. I mean, Mr. Diedrichson is not accepting just anybody into his acting school. Only those people he feels can form a real strong repertory company.
Well, it just makes me sad that someone else is using Gavin Wiley's studio.
Well, he's not using it anymore. I mean, he's in jail and everything, right?
Yeah, and he may be for the next 10 or 20 years.
Oh, my gosh. I mean, you don't think that's really going to happen, do you, Sid?
Well, that's what everybody tells me. He hasn't got a prayer.
But he's such a young man. And he's in love, isn't he?
That's right. With the sweetest little girl you ever saw. No, she's not a little girl. Jody's a woman now. She's had to do a lot of fast growing up in the last couple of years.
And now they're going to be separated. She's going to be sitting in that courtroom, listening to the sentence. And her heart is going to break. It'll just turn to stone. Then she'll go to the railway station, and she'll watch him go to prison, watch the train pull out, and the hurt is going to be so bad that stone heart is going to break.
Hey, Mitzi.
I'm sorry.
I didn't even know you knew Gavin Wiley.
I was just imagining that I did.
What?
I was just practicing. It's called the method.
Hey, Mitzi. Hey, Mitzi. Hey, come on, what's wrong? You okay? Your cat die?
I don't own a cat.
The grandfather clock stopped. What happened? Come on.
I was just practicing my acting.
Well, practice your waitressing, too. I'm going to be in the kitchen, just in case you forget where the forks go.
You sure you're all right?
I'm fine. Matter of fact, I'm feeling very happy. But you're not. Are you practicing your acting, too?
No, I'm practicing my law. I just came from a visit with my new client.
Gavin Wiley, yeah. Yeah, Sid was just talking to me about him. She says he's in big trouble.
Jeez,
Are you sure you should take this case, Cliff?
well, I already took it. The only thing I haven't done is convince my client how I should plead.
Well, what do you want him to do?
I want him to drop his stupid story. He claims the gun went off in a struggle.
Well, that happens all the time in John Wayne movies.
Yeah, that's the trouble. Everybody's seen it in the movies, you know. 2 guys or a guy and a girl struggle and blam, the gun goes off. It's corny. It's very corny.
But if it's true...
That's the other trouble. It's not true. Here, this is the autopsy report. It says there that the impact of the bullet is such that it had to be fired from at least 10 feet away. Now, see, Gavin Wiley has this girlfriend, Jody Travers.
Oh, she's such a sweet girl.
Oh, you know her?
She's had to do a lot of growing up these past couple of months. You know Natalie Wood in Rebel Without a Cause? Well, it's the exact same situation.
Mitzi, anyway. Jody Travers' brother-in-law is Miles Cavanaugh. Now, he's the guy who did the autopsy, so you think he'd be on Gavin's side. No, he says there couldn't have been a struggle.
Well, then which one is right?
Doesn't matter which one's right, it's which one the jury's gonna believe. And I don't think they're gonna believe Gavin.
That's awful.
It's worse than awful, Mitzi. This isn't a movie. They're not gonna pack up and move to a new location. If I don't win this case, Gavin Wiley could be in prison for life.
Just this morning, I was telling Jody maybe we were wrong. Maybe Sky faked us out. Maybe he had 2 different watches. Or maybe
Could it play two different tunes?
No, we made sure about that. You see, the watch that my car and Derek Mallory saw only plays one tune, Old Lang Syne. But if there's two different watches that look the same... Bobby, the watch that you saw today, did it have Sky Whitney's initials on the cover?
I couldn't see it well enough to tell.
No, you see, if he's got two different watches, he might be keeping one home in a drawer and keeping Gunther's watch on him.
Well, Gavin, why aren't you telling this to the DA?
Jody tried to prove it once. There's no way they're gonna believe me now.
Yeah, but if you tell them there's another watch...
Yeah, but I can't prove it, Bobby. No, I can't do that. See, the only way they're gonna believe it is if they have that watch on a table in front of their eyes, and how can I do that locked up in here?
New improved Pillsbury chocolate chip cookies have more chips.
How do you know there's more chips?
'Cause me and Mom baked some yesterday.
Really? You made hot chocolate chip cookies?
Real hot. All those chips were melting all over. Then I broke one. And, like, the chips were everywhere.
I can't stand it. Then what?
I ate it.
Chocolate chip cookies, fresh and hot.
And Pillsbury says it's best.
Now there's more chips.
I've known a few turkeys in my life. Haven't we all? But the last thing that I need is a turkey of a turkey for Thanksgiving. For the most important dinner of the year, I wouldn't take a chance on anything but a butterball. Plump, juicy, tender. Butterball is everything that a turkey should be, except risky. Thanksgiving is no time to fool around. This year, better buy Butterball. Or you could get a turkey of a turkey.
Here, Nicole. This just came off the UPI wire.
Oh, thank you, Neil. I don't want you to feel restricted, Nancy. I want you to choose the subjects that you really care about.
Well, since I report crime for the Monticello News, I suppose I should do some specials on crime.
Well, you can if you wish, but if you want to go further afield, I have no objections, and I'm sure Geraldine doesn't either.
How lovely to have such a free hand.
Of course, if you do decide to do a crime report, would you be open to some suggestions?
If you have any ideas, feel free.
How would you feel about doing a special on shoplifting?
Shoplifting. You know, I did a series on that, 3 years ago, and the problem has yet to be solved. You know, there are merchants in this city who are losing millions every year because of it.
I know, and most of them are not professional criminals.
I know. That's what makes the problem so difficult. Do you have a special interest in this subject?
Well, actually, I do. Miles has this new patient, a woman named Jinx Avery.
A shoplifter?
Well, she's supposed to be an actress. But she's been in the hospital for a few days, and right after she got out, the first thing she did was go into a jewelry store and steal a $5,000 diamond and emerald bracelet.
Wow. Oh, does it have anything to do with her illness?
Well, Miles does seem to feel that it has something to do with her illness, which is why Derek Mallory has not taken any police action, but I'm not sure about the jeweler. He's gotten his bracelet back, but he may still want to press charges.
Well, it's an interesting story in itself.
Yeah, I think so, too.
You know, on the other hand, do you think it might be a matter of money? Because I know there are a lot of unemployed actors.
I'm not even sure she is an actress. I've never heard of anybody named Jinx Avery, have you?
No, but that doesn't mean anything. A lot of people I don't know anything about.
I know, but there are just so many young, attractive women saying they're models and actresses without any justification.
Well, you've met her then?
No, I haven't met her.
How do you know she's attractive?
Well, I don't. It's just an assumption I made. I guess I'll have to meet her and find out.
Want the same, Doctor?
Oh, yeah.
Hello, Miles. I'm sorry I'm late.
It's all right.
But I got some good news for you.
Really? What's that?
Pat, let me have a beer. Before I left the office, I was able to get a hold of Mr. Glazer.
Well, that's wonderful. Who's Mr. Glazer?
He's the man who owns that posh jewelry store on Madison Street. You know, the one our mutual friend does all her shoplifting in.
What do you have to say?
He wanted to know what the disposition of the case was. What were we going to do with Miss Avery? So I told him I'd let her go.
How do you react to that?
Well, his initial reaction was to close the shop down for the afternoon, but I explained the situation. Not that you told me that much.
Well, you told him that she just got out of the hospital. She was emotionally unstable.
I gave him the whole thing.
Listen, I will call the man if you want.
Well, it won't be necessary. He agreed not to press charges. So your patient has got nothing more to worry about. Me, I don't know. I don't know that I did the right thing, Miles.
Health experts don't always agree on what's best, but many of them believe we should keep our serum cholesterol from rising above normal limits. Now, how do we do that? Well, in this university study, 43 families on individual eating plans reduced serum cholesterol an average of 9.6% in 3 weeks. Did they live on boiled rice? Not at all. They cut down on foods that were high in cholesterol and saturated fats. They ate more fish, more chicken, more fruit, more vegetable. And for cooking and salad dressings, they used Puritan oil because it is low in saturated fats and contains no cholesterol. This is the oil. I think you should try it. This is the name. I think you should remember it. Puritan knows you're fighting serum cholesterol. Puritan wants you to win.
Mr. Dobbs, getting rid of the Duncan Hines blueberry muffins?
No, just making room for a new bran muffin mix.
Duncan Hines doesn't make bran muffins.
Like I said, they're new.
Duncan Hines bran muffins.
So moist and delicious you may forget to butter them.
Looks moist. Mmm, tastes delicious. I did forget the butter.
Like I said.
So moist and delicious you may forget to butter them. New Duncan Hines bran muffins.
Oh, come on. That emotionally distraught alibi would fit a lot of criminals.
Oh, Jinx Avery is not a criminal, Derek. You know that.
How do you know she doesn't have a record?
Does she?
Yeah, that's not her real name. Jinx Avery's an alias.
I know that, but lots of actors change their names. Come on.
I'm only kidding you. Her real name is Dorothy Suncliffe. I put that through the computer. She's okay.
I'm glad to hear it.
Of course, every great criminal has to start with their first case.
Now, look, it was just an impulse. I'm sure nothing would have been gained by putting her through the police mill. As a matter of fact, quite a lot might have been lost.
You mean for her?
Yes. I told you her health is not good. She's just gotten out of the hospital, had 3 days of grueling tests. She's nervous, she's upset.
Sure didn't look it. She looked like she was having a hell of a good time.
Yeah, well, it's an act. That's all it is.
She's a good actress, then. She sure fooled me. Hey, and you could fool me about something else, too. She doesn't look ill. She looks like a very healthy woman to me.
It's not the kind of illness that shows.
Very attractive, healthy woman, as a matter of fact. What's this illness called? Oh, excuse me. Patient-doctor confidentiality.
That's right. Sorry, Derek.
I'm just curious. Idle curiosity. You going?
Yeah, I'm afraid I gotta go home, pick up my wife. We're having dinner with Mike and Nancy.
Bring me down here, dump me, run off, leave me with a check.
Thanks. Listen, I appreciate what you've done. I really do.
It's all right. Just keep the rest of your patients out of jewelry stores.
I'll try.
Sometimes I just don't know about me. Hey, Pat. One more.
Just 1 minute.
Yes, miss.
I'd like a Manhattan, please.
thought that cookbook was right.
Now, don't tell me you started from scratch, my dear.
Well, I certainly wouldn't open a can.
Well, I don't know. Some very good soup comes from cans.
Well, all we had was tomato soup, and I think I'm allergic to it. Okay, try it.
Raven, unless I'm mistaken, that is an onion.
Well, it's onion soup. What did you expect?
Didn't the recipe say anything about slicing the onions first?
No, I don't think so. Well, why don't you have a roll with your soup, and I'll bring the main course. All right, here we go. Roast Cornish hen. You can't go wrong with roast Cornish hen.
Earth, did you have time?
All right, here we go. Oh, no. This is frozen.
Raven.
We can't eat this. It's not even cooked.
I'm not even sure they're dead. Raven, they've only been in the oven for half an hour.
Well, they're so small. I didn't think they took that long to cook.
My dear girl, they have to be thawed first. And then they have to be placed in the oven for at least an hour.
Oh, I have ruined the entire meal.
Now, please, my dear, don't worry about it. I'm really not very hungry anyway. I'll just have a roll and butter and some fresh fruit for dessert.
Well, I am starving.
Why don't you go out for something, then?
Yes, I will. And I'll go out for a lot more than just a meal. Oh, don't worry about the dishes. I'm sick of this pattern anyway. I'll just throw them away.
Magic so perfect.
Today, your girls can start knitting and sewing with Knit Magic Knitting Machine and Sew Perfect Sewing Machine.
I'm sewing an apron for Mom.
Sew Perfect is an easy and safe way to sew.
I'm knitting a kitty cat for Grandma.
Knit Magic has yarn and accessories to knit toys.
Here, Mom. For you, Grandma.
We can't keep up with you girls.
Knit Magic so perfect.
From Mattel Toys.
There's a sound a cat makes when she's really happy and healthy. And there's a way a cat looks when she's really happy and healthy. To keep your cats looking good and sounding good, feed them Cal-Can. Cal-Can's got all the vitamins and minerals and protein a cat needs.
It's so nutritious, it's like getting a multivitamin in every can. Now that's the sound of a healthy cat.
Cal-Can. It's like getting a multivitamin in every can.
You know that check you say you're gonna send me for the back rent? Yeah. Forget it. Thanks. I want cash.
Tonight, Fred goes into the hospital.
Now, you sure you don't want the potatoes with that? I mean, it comes with the roast beef.
Oh, no, just give me a second helping of Yorkshire pudding and some upside-down cake.
Listen, I'm going to be brutally honest with you. The pudding, it's not really pudding at all. It's more like a deflated popover.
Well, I'll be brutally honest with you. That's perfect. It's exactly how I feel. Ran all over town bragging about how I was going to get Gavin Wiley off. I discover I'm nothing but hot air.
You sure you can't get out of this?
No. I want to help Gavin. I don't know if he's going to let me.
Well, what do you want him to do? Plead guilty?
Well, yeah, sort of. Here. See, right there. It'd be sort of a crime of passion.
Yeah.
And then I would sway the jury with my brilliant oration.
Oh, I see. Like that guy in Inherit the Wind. You know, you really should come to my acting class. Maybe take a lesson.
Oh, no, come on, you're kidding.
No, I'm serious. I mean, you were telling me yourself that addressing the jury and acting are like the same thing.
Yeah, but why should I take lessons?
Well, you'd be terrific. Why don't you come with me tonight?
No.
Mitzi, I'm so sorry. I'm so late. Why didn't you see you come in?
Oh, yeah, well, I tried to sneak in while Sid wouldn't notice, but she caught me while I was changing.
Don't worry about it. It's been real slow.
Nobody here but us actors.
Hi, Cliff.
Oh, hi, Bobby.
Why don't you let me take over? What is this? Am I reading this right? 1 rib, 2 yips, 1 flip?
Yeah, well, that's 1 rib. That's 1 roast beef, 2 yips, 2 Yorkshire puddings, and 1 flip. That's 1 upside-down cake. And you better let me take this to the kitchen.
Good idea. Cliff, I wanted to thank you for defending Gavin.
Oh, hey, don't thank me yet.
Well, I wish you good luck. Mrs. Whitney, you're back.
Yes, lunch and dinner. You might as well hire me for a commercial.
We should. Can I get you a drink?
Oh, no, thank you. Bobby, right, that's your name, isn't it?
Uh-huh.
You know, Bobby, can I ask you something? Today at lunch, you said that you just worked here temporarily, is that right?
Yeah, I'm only here a couple days of the week.
Well, how would you like to not be here at all? I mean, how would you like sort of a new form of employment?
I don't really understand.
Well, have you ever done domestic work in a house?
You mean like a maid?
Yeah. How would you like to work in a big, beautiful home like mine?
Chocolate. Rich, mouth-watering Hershey's chocolate. That's what made Hershey America's chocolate company for 75 years. And that's the chocolate you get every time you bake a batch of cookies with Hershey's chocolate chips. Every chip is pure Hershey's through and through. And that makes every chocolate chip cookie a pure pleasure. Hershey's chocolate chips. They're real chips off the old block.
Better. You're gonna wake Mom up. I didn't say it.
Better.
You're parking margarine.
Better.
Let's see. Well, what do you think? That's good. It's butter.
Parquet.
What's going on down there?
Parquet margarine from Kraft. The flavor says...
Butter.
Tonight at 7:30, the doctor will make house calls when the Philadelphia 76ers fly south to take on the Atlanta Hawks. The Sixers, with Darryl Dawkins, Bobby Jones, and Caldwell Jones, will make every effort to hold on to their undefeated road record. Now, stay tuned for romance on board the Love Boat. This is Field Communications in Philadelphia.
Tomorrow, as evening falls, some remarkable things are going to happen. It's Silo's Moonlight Madness sale. Tomorrow, all stores stay open till 10 p.m. Appliances, TVs, and audio equipment are priced so low, you will think we've gone mad. Silo's Moonlight Madness sale. Get there, no matter where you come from.
Get a leg up on savings now at the American Pants Company's designer jeans sale. Great names, great savings. 20 to 30% off department store prices. Jordache, Sassoon, Sergio Valente, Bonjour, all 20 to 30% off department store prices. Save on Lee, Levi, and Wrangler. 20 to 30% off department store prices. Step into brand names for less during the American Pants Company's designer jeans sale. Now on Frankfurt Avenue in Jenkintown and our new store in Roxborough. You'll save 20 to 30%.
Arthritis, heart disease? Do you want to brush up on your first aid skills? For free information, call Telmed. at Riddle Memorial Hospital. 215-565-7800. That's 215-565-7800. Rock Hudson and Rod Taylor star in A Gathering of Eagles. Tonight's movie at 8 here on Channel 48.